What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my F1 2016 mobile career mode. Today we have episode number 63 at the Italian Grand Prix in season number 5. Check out the last episode if you missed it. That took place at the Belgian Grand Prix, was uploaded a couple of days ago, and that was my first video back on this game in a long time actually, because I'd been trying to finish my Monoposto season, and I'm not going to spoil it until now, where basically you can see this was a pretty good start that I made to that race. We actually qualified all the way down in 16th, but we made up for that in the race, and we actually still managed to win. So let's see if we can keep that winning run going into this weekend. Monza is generally a track where I'm quite strong at. Unfortunately, the same can be said for the Mercedes, so it should be a close race.
Time has come for the drivers to put all they've learned this weekend into reality. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix.
As you can see, qualifying went much better for me this weekend as I managed to put my car in P3. Both Mercedes, however, are starting on the front row, with Rosberg for his second successive pole and Hamilton alongside, as we're revving up to 5 red lights to the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Lights out, away we go. That's a pretty good start off the line. The same can be said for both Mercedes, actually, particularly Nico Rosberg seems to get away pretty well as we head down towards turn 1. I'm going to try and go up the middle of both Mercedes. Oh my word, they both broke too early, and there was a perfect gap up the middle for me to squeeze my car into, and just like that we have taken the lead at the first corner. I must say I wasn't expecting to get away with that. I was expecting Hamilton to move across and cover me off, and as you can see, I cannot fight with that ridiculous speed for the Mercedes, so I'll do the same again. Sorry, I just can't speak. I've got away with the same move twice in a row. They suddenly came at me because the Mercedes had DRS on lap number 3, and I could not cope with the overwhelming, ridiculous OP-ness straight line speed of Rosberg and Hamilton. They both flew past, but then they broke at the 150 metre board, and Hamilton again left a nice little gap there up the middle, and I just go, thank you very much. And because I can brake later and still make the corner, that was actually problem averted, because, I've managed to retain the lead. And although saying that, here come the two Mercedes again as we go through Parabolica for the 4th time of 13 this afternoon. You can see both Rosberg and Hamilton in the mirrors, both proximity arrows flashing up. But however, I do manage to stay strong and defend the position, starting lap number 5 and moving on to the end of lap number 5. I'm actually going to pull into the pits and ditch these super soft tyres. We're going to move on to a set of softs. So in we come then for our only scheduled pit stop of the race this afternoon. You might notice I'm not running particularly high wings, and that is simply because I've just preferred in practice having more grip in the Lesmo corners and in the chicanes. I felt like if it's straight line speed where I'm struggling, I can defend that easier compared to corners if I'm just completely understeering off the track. So that's why I decided to go with a medium downforce setup. Very unusual for Monza. It's a bit of a gamble, as I've now rejoined the pits in P14. Let's make that P13 and go up the inside of Jolyon Palmer. We've had many scraps and battles with him in the past, and many controversial moments, as you guys will all remember, I'm sure. As we head through the first Lesmo, we're catching up to Alonso, and there's a Sauber in front, and there's a Toro Rosso. That's Kvyat. Kvyat nicely removes Fernando Alonso from my path, so I can take both of them in one go. The AI a bit broken down here, except the Mercedes. The Mercedes are never broken. Nasser, we're going to just go up the inside into Ascari. That was a nice move. I thought about trying to go for it on Grosjean as well, but I thought that would have been a little bit kamikaze. Nevertheless, we'll get a chance to do that as we start lap number 7. We'll get DRS wide open on the French driver in the Haas. Here comes a Sauber though. The AI, just some of the cars just seem to have crazy straight line speed. So let's make it a hat trick. up the middle again for the third time this afternoon. That's a double overtake back into the top 10, as we now see a Ferrari. That's Kimi Raikkonen going very, very wide on the Parabolica, completely off the racing line, and that's going to give me a really good slingshot, really good slipstream. He's head down towards the first corner. That Ferrari looking a little bit slow. Button was trying to put the pressure on the inside, so I'm going to cover off the pit exit, as we have got the overwhelming speed on Raikkonen up the inside. The Iceman is simply unable to fight that. We've got much better space than the Ferrari this weekend, as this is now Felipe Massa on lap number 8. He is a lap down, which is again a bit weird considering he started in P8. Some of the AI getting involved in collisions and whatnot, but you know, I guess it happens to all of us sometimes. It's even happened to me once, I think. I can't remember which video that was, but I just got completely screwed over by the game and I just finished really, really far down. Anyway, that's the remaining cars into the pit lane, except Lewis Hamilton. There he goes. He overtook me with DRS, but I go straight back up the inside. Hamilton actually rejoined the pits behind me on the previous lap, although he just caught it all up on the pit straight with that, again, ridiculous straight line speed from the Mercedes, although it could partially be explained by my lower wing setup, but even so, there's no way I'm losing that amount of time. We're on the penultimate lap of the race, and I'm now about to scrap Lewis Hamilton for the win in front of the Tifosi. That's a wide moment there. The gap reduces from 9/10. Here comes Hamilton. He's going to try and have a go up the inside of the first Lesmo. I have to go defensive there. I wasn't expecting to have to do that, although the Mercedes got really, really good traction out of turn number 4 or 5. I can't remember. I think it was turn 5. I probably should. But nevertheless, Hamilton's got DRS wide open. This is going to be another really good opportunity. I'm just going to park it on the racing line. Hamilton, for some reason, doesn't go for the move. He just likes to stay on the racing line. We know the AI do. So for now, I'm going to keep the position. Although coming out of Ascari, I'm going to try and break the slipstream a little bit. Notice me weaving. Again, I move back onto the racing line for the final time to cover off Hamilton. He tries to go up the inside into the Parabolica. I put the squeeze on there. Really aggressive. Hamilton keeps his foot in though. He's not dropped too far back, and he's going to get another bite of the cherry as he'll get DRS all the way down the pit straight for the final time. The gap is 1 second. Can Lewis Hamilton rob me of this race victory? He's not close enough. Into turn 1, he's absolutely nowhere near close enough. So I think that's hopefully going to be it. We're heading towards the Ascari chicane. It is the final lap of the Italian Grand Prix, and I've just about done enough. The gap 1.1, so I'm actually pulling away slightly at the back end of this Grand Prix. Even though I'm on the soft tyres, they're going to wear more than Hamilton's mediums. Although he is gaining a little bit, looking at the mini-map, he's really gaining. Hamilton's caught up. The AI always really OP on the straight, heading towards the Parabolica for the final time. Hamilton's going to be really, really close, but he's not quite going to do it, because we are going to win the Italian Grand Prix by 0.3 of a second, and we just hold off Hamilton to take the checkered flag first. There's the results from Monza, and I have to say that was a little too close for comfort. Rosberg a comfortable P3, followed by Hülkenberg. Great recovery from the German driver to finish 4th. Then it was Verstappen and Vettel and Sergio Perez in P7 to wrap up a great day for Force India. Sainz, Nasser and Bottas completing the points. Raikkonen all the way down in 20th in Ferrari's home race. What a disappointing afternoon it was for the Iceman. In the Drivers' Championship, I have managed to extend my lead out in the front. I am now 15 points clear. I had to remember and I couldn't off the top of my head. 15 points clear of Hamilton, who jumped back ahead of Rosberg into second place after that. The two Ferraris are way too far behind, but there's 20 points covering the top 3. There's still plenty of races to go, so it is all to play for, but I'd say it is very much between myself, Ricardo, between myself, Hamilton and Rosberg. It's been a long day, do excuse me. As I said before, I don't think we're going to catch Mercedes in the Constructors, although we did outscore them by 2 points as a team today. That's nowhere near enough if we want to win both championships this year. And that'll wrap up today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram or join my Discord server. Both links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.